Apparently, I'm live now on YouTube. I'm just gonna do this video as I make tea. I just rolled out of bed, as you can see. Well, actually, I went to the bathroom and yeah, but this is what I slept in. I'm just gonna make this video as I prepare tea for myself. I need a standee for my phone. All right, so I want to make this quick video to explain why there's so many people. There's a lot of new people. There's a lot of newbies in Rochester now, the state I live in. Before, I never wanted to talk about where I live because I didn't want to worry about stalkers or anything, or like people trying to find me. But then I found out about the Rochester incentive program where they pay you to move and relocate to Rochester. So they're trying to get people here. Like if you actually have the time to travel all the way to Rochester, you're either stupid or brave. Because, oh, by the way, that's my parents' dog that they always neglect every day. They leave it in that cage every day and go somewhere. But like some people take their dogs in the store, they're so chummy with their pets. Like some people treat their pets like they're their own kid, but my mom doesn't. She knows the difference between animals and people. So some people don't. But because all they know is that they've been treated like animals themselves, probably, so they see animals as the same as them. Anyway, this video is about mm, this video is about the incentive program in Rochester. If you're going to move to Rochester, you're probably brave, because how does it still have stuff in it? You're brave because people don't like Rochester. The people who were born here and grew up here know how bad this city is. So I'm saying to all the TikTokers and the live streamers who think it's cool to relocate to another city, you're probably not aware of all the haunted spirits that live here. Okay, first of all, probably not aware of all the haunted spirits that live here. So, because Rochester is kind of a haunted place, and there's a lot of historical sites and history of racism that makes this place kind of haunted. So if you're willing to move here and relocate here, um, you better be willing to deal with it, because like some people move here and they only think about the jobs here. They only think about the jobs and the opportunities to improve their career, and they're not aware of all the haunted spirits and all the stuff, the paranormal stuff that kind of goes around here that no one ever talks about. But they're building up new buildings now, and they're building up new buildings and tearing out old trees. So if you're like a construction worker and you do that, you're probably already haunted. Like that's why they're paying people so much to do that dirty work. They want someone else to be the one to deal with that, and they're not going to ever say that though. So they got to get someone else to do it, someone who's kind of naive and just looking to improve their job resume, to risk their own life to do that. But Rochester's really not that good of a place to live. And like, if you plan on living here forever, but most likely these people are just like trying to improve their job resume, so they don't really take it seriously. There's a lot of ancient Gothic architecture here, like deep rooted history here. But if you're just moving here just to improve your resume, you're not going to stay long anyway. You're just going to move somewhere else to improve your job resume. But the program is called the, I think it's called the Greater Rock Incentive Program, the Greater Rock Relocate Program. I mean, I'll post a video talking a little bit about it, but not my whole video is going to be about it. Today I'm going to upload a video on my channel today where I talk a little bit about it, but it's mostly about me just going to the park. So there was like, I could tell when someone's not a local here in the city because they will like come on so strong, like they're trying too hard to prove something. It's like, buddy, I know you're not from here. You relocated here from a job. I know you weren't born and raised here because you don't have the mannerisms of a Rochester. And they're trying to build those ugly, boring style gray buildings all around so people have a place to work and hang out. But they're doing it over like ancient Gothic architecture and like historical places. So I think they're just not even aware that they're doing it over haunted places. But they don't care either because as long as they could get their business running, they don't care about that stuff. This is Dollar Tree milk. I get this now because it's better than the cow's milk. It lasts longer than the ones. Like I had to pour out the cow's milk I got because it doesn't last long. This is why I don't drink cow's milk anymore. It just expires easily. But as I was saying, all that stuff, all that new stuff that they're building is just trendy. I'm gonna give it like max probably 10 years before people get bored of it. Maybe not even that. People are gonna get bored of stuff like that very easily. I just said I was reading the comments now, but I just said where I was from. So I'm gonna be posting a video. I don't know if the microwave is like messing up the Wi-Fi waves or anything, but I'll see in the archive of this video when I post it on my channel. But yeah, people move here thinking they're gonna get easy work and get the easy life. So I was like out yesterday seeing how all the a lot of places were colonized, and by colonized I mean people came in looking for jobs to improve their job resume and kind of colonized the town. Oh yeah, the microwave did. The microwave did disconnect my live stream. See, I knew it. I know the microwave waves would do that because like it's not good to live stream near a microwave. In case you didn't know that, it'll mess with the Wi-Fi. So to repeat what I was saying, um, people just see this area as a nice place to walk their dog, and that's where all colonizers think this place. That's what all colonizers do. They look for areas that seem uninhabited, and then they do construction work on it, and then they kind of make it a nice area to walk their dog and go grocery shopping. But they're not actually part of the culture, is what I'm saying. These new people who move into towns like Rochester, they're not even part of the culture. They just want to look to improve their job resume. And honestly, they're kind of trashy deep down on the inside, but at least they make things kind of look interesting and fun and trendy. So like before, when I kind of went out and traveled and left this house that my mom and her husband own, it didn't look like this until they remodeled it. So they remodeled it, and now it looks like exactly like those boring, trendy new places that I see pop up everywhere with the boring architecture. But Rochester has a rich history of Gothic architecture, and they can't really tear that down. If they did, they wouldn't have to deal with like corporate consequences. They would not be dealing with corporate consequences. They'd be dealing with more like spiritual consequences where they'd be haunted for generational haunting. I mean, it's like a generational curse if you like tear down sacred things, old trees, old buildings. Like people don't know what they're getting themselves into. They're kind of ignorant to that. But I lived in here, Rochester, my whole life, so I know the type of paranormal stuff that kind of happens. It's not a lot of paranormal stuff. I was kind of protected from that because I was born and raised in church, but like, oh shoot, I added milk. But I'm gonna have hibiscus tea. Milk and hibiscus tea don't go together. It makes the milk chunky. Man. I guess I'll get it instead. Hold on. BRB. Happens when you live in a house where they don't like acting like a family. They want to have their separate things and their own separate things and do that somewhere else. They want to drive somewhere else to do their own separate thing every day because they don't like having culture or acting like a family. So yeah, I keep my tea in my own room because since they want to act like that, since they want to act like they're not a part of the world and nature and the culture, and then just go off every time they find trouble or every time they bump into something difficult and move there and put their roots there because it's too hard for them. You know what? I think I'm gonna put those what do they call it? Those nettles I picked in their so-called backyard. See, these are the fresh nettle herbs that I picked. You can find these anywhere. They're like, people consider these weeds, but you could actually put them in tea. I picked these like a few months ago and hung them to dry. And it smells I gotta use these before they go bad. But they've been holding up for a while, and I think it takes a while for these to actually spoil when they're dried, right? When they're dried correctly, they can last quite a while, just like any old herbs. But yeah, I picked them myself, and I'm just gonna add them to my tea now, my like satchel to go in my tea. Yeah, so people who live in this hometown, they don't. The natives who live here, who were born and raised here, they seem to be wanting to move now to find better jobs, and that's the only reason. They're just letting some other colonizer tell them that they need to move. I was like, how are you going to let someone who's not even from here tell you to move? That don't make no sense. You're letting someone who's only here for a paycheck tell you you need to move. Get out of here with that. Because I set up roots here. You think you're just going to come here just because you got a job and tell me to leave? Goofy. That's just goofy. I'm just putting this in my tea now. Because this is how I do it. This is how I make my tea. So yeah. That's just what I'm saying though. Like if you're gonna be relocating to this area, you better have a job. You better be ready to have a job. You better be ready to work. You better be ready to do some labor because you're not just gonna be here relaxing or having a conversation. You're gonna be working and you're gonna be working hard. Like you're not gonna be like enjoying anything. If you're relocating here and you think you're enjoying something, it's only gonna be temporary and then you're gonna move somewhere else. Because like that's what people do when they find something like isn't working out for them in the work world, in the corporate world, they just jump from place to place. Just like men who have several baby mamas, they just jump from woman to woman, not really setting their roots anywhere. They just hop from place to place until they die. So like if you're like that and you want to move to Rochester, thinking you're gonna have the easier life. You're not. You're gonna be working, or you're gonna be haunted, and that's just one of the things you're gonna be. You're gonna be working every day, or you're gonna be haunted by the spirits, unless you're like very blessed and you don't have to, and you cooperate with like the your natural surroundings and natural elements. You're gonna be haunted here. So yeah, like find a place to work fast so you don't end up haunted and like homeless. And I'm not gonna say jobless because that's not even the worst thing that could happen to you. But like people who don't find a place here end up in a bad place. Like they end up in bad situations in this city if they can't find a job. But it's very bad. It like hits you fast if you can't like find some type of establishment. It's not gonna end up well for you here. Dang, this has so many. This strainer doesn't even work that well, man. Hold on. It's not even straining the tea right. It's still like seeping through the thing. I gotta pick them out now. Yeah, I'm just saying, if you're here to like have a random conversation thinking people care about what you talk about, no one cares what you have to say. People care about whether you can work for them or not. Like, people don't care about useless conversations in Rochester. It's like, do you want to work for me or not? And then they're like, if you can't, then you're not anything to them. You're worthless to them if you can't work. If you can't work, then you're trash, basically, to them. I gotta pick all these herbs out of my tea now. And that's something that people who aren't natives don't realize. You weren't born and raised here, you're not gonna know how harsh it actually is here. But like, at least they have a job though. So they're protected with their job and their benefits with the job. But if you have no natural instincts and you're not a native here, you got it rough already. Like some people have. Oh man, I talk about how bad it was in the video I'm gonna upload. But people either relocated here, their parents relocated here because they thought it would be safe here. Oh man, I just realized something. So for the new people who relocated here, if you have kids and you relocated here, they're gonna be out of luck because like, what are they gonna do after? Because like the job market just suddenly plummeted after people relocated. I'm like, that might happen again. Like people relocate to the city for jobs and then they get the job and then the job suddenly plummets, and if you have kids here and that happens, what are you going to do? How are you going to take care of your kids and your dog when that happens? I'm seeing a repeating pattern here. It's just like deja vu now, because like I had to go through it growing up and now they're probably going to have to go through it now. Just hope they have enough money for gas and electric bills, or else something might happen with that. Or like, I don't even think they're married. I don't even think people who relocate here are even married. But if you relocated here seeking marriage, is like, I don't know what to tell you. That's not a very stable thing to do. Like that's not how people set up roots there. It's too bad people don't have ancestral wealth or ancestral heritage, because I have that. I have like something I'm gonna inherit. But like if you weren't born here or raised here, then you better work, because that's the only way you're gonna get anywhere here. Oh, that's good. Not only do I have street cred, I have like nature cred. I think that's the only way. But yeah, I'm not like on here trying to look to hustle. I guess that's what Uber jobs are for. But not only do I have street cred and like good credit, like socially, I just like have family here as well. Here, I have family here, and the colonizers who moved here tried to convince my family to move out to look for better jobs because that's what they're supposed to do. It's not what we're supposed to do, it's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to be jumping from place to place looking for where they belong, not the natives here. So they're going to tell us natives we need to find a job and work because they have nowhere else to go. Like they have nothing else to do. They're not a part of this culture or the nature of society. So they're going to tell us, thinking that we operate the same way as they do, that we need to find a job, when that's not the case. Like the people looking for jobs, their family hates them. That's why they're going to look for a job. Their family was waiting to kick them out the house because they can't stand each other. They can't stand each other. They gotta be looking for jobs constantly and getting each other away from each other, so that they look good on paper, so that they look good in the corporate world, so they can get a job and so they can survive. At least it looks good on paper, though. It looks good on paper. It impresses somebody. It just doesn't impress me, though. So yeah, like, if you're coming to me trying to convince me to get a job, as if I am not a native woman here, you must be out of your mind or something like that. Get back on your medication or something, because that's not how people like me operate. I don't fall into peer pressure like that easily at all. So that was my live stream. I'm gonna be uploading a video today, a fun video about what I did around the area and the stuff I posted. Get out of here with that. Spam comments. Yeah, I'm not falling for that spam in my comments. It's funny when people comment in my live stream and they think they're the first person to post some nonsense in the comment. Like, you're only like the 1,000th person to do that. So that was my live stream, and I'm going to be posting a video doing like what I do, how I live, when I feel like leaving the house. And usually I don't feel like leaving the house, so it's kind of a big deal when I post a video or decide to make a video about that or something. That was my live stream. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I'll see you next time. Bye.